The season to go back to school in Taiwan is starting. Walking among the students, you can feel the excitement and tension filling the air as they are about to embark on a new chapter of their lives. The luscious green branches on the side of the road sway in the breeze, intertwined with the sound of cicadas chirping, as if forming a symphony that only belongs to summer days. As I am just about to pass by the library entrance, a voice suddenly speaks softly behind me. Um, excuse me? Could you tell me how to get to the literature building? The person behind me lightly taps me on the shoulder. I turn around to see a petite girl, only coming up to about my shoulders. She has long curls that are inky black. She now squints her large and vivid eyes into tiny playful slits, as if she is trying to make something out clearly. Perhaps she's short-sighted and forgot to bring her glasses? Her waist-length hair ruffles gently in the breeze, as her tiny hands clutch tightly at the ends of her skirt. A faint blush colors her cheeks as though she is slightly flustered. She just asked, "Are you talking about the literature building?" I look at the girl in front of me, who is too shy to raise her head, and ask myself, is she a freshman? I juggle the possibilities inside my mind. Head down this direction until you reach the end. Then take a right turn and you'll be at the front door of the literature building. Hesitant to speak, I point to my left as an awkward mood hangs in the air. Thank you. The girl waves her hand and shows a shy smile, then starts walking toward the literature building. For some reason, I can't take my eyes off her until she rounds the corner and disappears from my sight. Hey, Bo and Woo! Alvin Zhang suddenly appears and puts an arm around my shoulder. Ha ha ha! How was it? I got you, right? What are you looking at? You checking out the new girls? Alvin Zhang is looking at me with a sly grin on his face as he's talking. Nah, you're overthinking it. After collecting myself, I glance at Alvin Zhang and ask, you want to grab some coffee? I turn my head to face Alvin Zhang hanging on my shoulder and cleverly change the subject. Huh? For real? I'm down for some coffee. I haven't gone over to your place in quite a while. I really want to see what you've been up to all summer. Alvin Zhang keeps going on and on as his hands remain firmly hooked onto my shoulder. You'll find out soon enough. My eyes glance towards the shadows cast on the ground by the sunlight. As the corners of my mouth curl slightly upward, with a hint of a smile, I quickly avert my gaze and stare directly ahead. Let's go. I got something for you to try today. I've been working on this throughout my entire summer vacation. You're going to love it. Time flew by so quickly, and before we knew it, the rainy season was upon us. Dark storm clouds were gathering on the gray and foggy horizon, signaling the coming of heavy torrents and rain. I haven't seen that girl since the time I first met her. Thoughts about her linger at the back of my mind. I close the diary in my hand and look out the window. The once luscious leaves have been struck down by the heavy rain. The air is thickening with dark stormy clouds, shrouding the sky in an even gloomier shade. The dim streetlights, now contrasted against the dreary sky, appear brighter as their blurred reflections in the puddles add a bit of warmth to the surroundings. I get up and walk over to the cabinet, absent-mindedly picking up a mug and gently wiping it down. My thoughts drifting to the day I met her. The day happened to be a bright sunny day, the earth baking in the blazing sunlight as the clear blue sky stretched as far as the eyes could see, dotted only by a few clumps of clouds. I had the light bag strapped on my back and was planning on directly heading back home after finishing the only two classes I had in the afternoon, as I had done countless times before. But that day, unlike any other day, I was stopped by someone tapping me on the shoulder. The bell on the glass door of the cafe suddenly rings. I come back to my senses, and only then do I realize that the person who opened the glass door of the cafe and is now standing in the doorway, soaked to the bone, is the girl from before. Welcome. In that instant, I stand up, shocked and unable to react. After a moment of stunned silence, I manage to suppress my inner surprise and say to the girl by the door in a fine, calm voice, "Got caught in the rain? If you want, I could fetch you some towels. There are some paper napkins over there you could dry your face with first." "Thanks. Sorry to bother you." The girl is drenched from head to toe, with the clothes on her body looking like they have been dipped in water, without a single dry patch. She carefully reaches out with her hands to pick up the napkins on the table, gently wiping herself as if she is afraid of soiling the tables with the rainwater dripping off her body. I go back to my room and grab a clean towel, deciding to bring a clothes after spotting one lying around. "Take these." As I hand the things over, I accidentally touch her fingertips, now pale and cold as ice due to the rain. "Thank you. I'm really sorry to bother you." She replies with a somewhat awkward laugh. With her head slightly lowered, she nervously clenches the clothes in her hands. Do you have a restroom that I can use? The words slowly coming out of her mouth, and the gestures she's making all remind me of the day we first met. That day, she asked me for directions in pretty much the same manner. With that thought on my mind, I give a slight chuckle. It's through that door over here. The chuckle caused her to raise her head and look at me with a puzzled expression on her face. There are some towels and blankets over there. Might as well dry your hair while you're at it, I say to her while brewing the coffee. She heads over to a chair after thanking me with a grateful smile, pulls a blanket over her shoulder, and starts gently wiping down her hair. I stir the coffee in my hands, my eyes unwittingly glancing in her direction. Do you drink coffee? Sorry, I don't really like bitter things. She makes an expression that almost seems like she can taste the black coffee in her mouth, the brow on her tiny face wrinkling as her nose twitches, looking very much like a child. Her changing expression is so interesting that the corners of my mouth can't help but rise as I watch. Then you could try some coffee that isn't bitter. I have a friend like you who can't handle bitter tastes, but he really likes this kind of coffee. Want to try? Having finished speaking, I turn around to face her. As detailed as you are, did you notice the change backstage? Some items stand out. Don't forget to collect achievements. Let me teach you a few things about coffee, so you can fully enjoy the rest of the story.